Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry.
Yep.
And thy wrath is come.
The other nations are angry at America's bullshit. Barack Obama, Monkey Man Ham, that damn Manifest Destiny, Christopher Columbus doctrine, fucking democracy. See that?
Right. And Revelations 11 and 18. And the nations were angry.
The nations are angry. They're pissed off. You think the Middle East is happy that America is over there trying to get their women to come over the man? They're angry. Do you think that these nations are happy that America is going everywhere trying to promote their own philosophies? No, they're pissed. They're fucking angry. Do you think that North Korea is happy that South Korea and America are pointing the finger at them, saying that they sunk South Korea's ships, whether they did it or not? They're angry. And ultimately, the nations are angry at the so-called white man for all the wickedness, harshness, cruel activities, and oppression that he has done. The nations are angry. They're angry at America.
Continue. Right. And the time of the dead, that they should be judged.
Yep. The time of the dead, that they should be judged. Because all you that wander from the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Every single last one of you. So for the time of the dead is come. The time for you spiritually dead Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And hell, the time of the dead for all the heathens. The Arabs, so-called Chinamen, so-called white man. The time of the spiritually dead is come. Continue.
And that thou should have given, and that thou should have give reward unto thy servants, the prophets.
Thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, the men of the Lord, having to endure all of these times since the ancient world, when all this wickedness was going on. Time is now given for the reward of the prophets to see this wicked kingdom destroyed. When Jesus Christ was speaking about that evil kingdom to go down, it's time for his men, the Lord, to see that shit happen.
Right.
It's finally time for that wicked kingdom to be put to sleep.
That's right.
America! It is time for all this bullshit to stop. It is time for the so-called white man to be put to death. It is time for homosexuals to be put to death. It is time for the real men of the Lord, the Israelites of the Bible, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to be ruling. It is time for us to get up out these ghettos, out these slums, out these damn projects, to start ruling, get that ruling class mentality back on you. It's time for us to stop letting these fucking racist cops shooting us down.
Right.
Treating us like damn dogs. It's time for all that bullshit to cease.
That's right.
And it's time for the so-called white man's oppression to fucking come to an end. The time is ahead where America needs to be put down. Continue.
And to the saints, and them that fear thy name.
Them that fear thy name. Them that fear thy name. The name. And even though there's a lot of you swine, and a lot of you that don't deserve to hear that name, but we are those men that confess that name. Yahweh!
That's right.
Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai! That's the name that's gonna put America to fucking death!
That's right. Small and great.
Yep.
And should have destroyed them which destroy the earth.
Meaning the so-called white men. Destroy them that destroy the earth. America. Destroy them that destroy the earth. It ain't no fucking mystery that the so-called white man's the devil. But yet you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans turn a blind eye to it. You think that a nice man put you into slavery? You think that a God-fearing man gave the so-called Native Americans smallpox? You think that a God-fearing name changed the image of the Son of Man? No. That is a deceiver. That is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Give me Proverbs 29:2. Because a lot of people like to turn that blind eye thinking, oh, they're just some racists. They're just some angry black men that just scream, don't know what the hell they're talking about. But the whole time when we're screaming through the scriptures. We're screaming through the Bible, feeding the sheep. But hey, whether they're here for a bear, your blood is washed off our hands. Lord willing, I'm going to get drunk while you guys get put to fucking death.
It's Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Yep. And the righteous aren't in authority. Because nobody's rejoicing right now. Y'all rejoicing that y'all got bills to pay? Y'all rejoicing that y'all gotta wake up early in the morning to slave for this fucking white man? Y'all rejoicing that y'all got fucking checks? Y'all got sales tax taken out of your damn checks before you see them? Y'all rejoicing the fact you gotta pay fucking child support? Rejoicing to the fact that you gotta pay for some bullshit apartment, some bullshit complex, having rats and roaches all throughout the hood, having your brothers kill one another? Y'all rejoicing? Having drugs circulating in your community? You rejoicing? You rejoicing when the so-called white man is living in his heaven? Read that again, Huck.
Right. This is Proverbs 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
But the people aren't rejoicing. Why? Because the righteous are in authority. Continue.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
The people mourn. So obviously you're mourning. Obviously you're going through some hard times. Obviously shit ain't right. Because the wicked, when they're in authority, the people mourn. So since the so-called white man is in authority, the people are mourning. But that time is coming to an end. Because the so-called white man's kingdom is going down before his very fucking face. And there ain't a damn thing that he can do about it. Give me let me see. Nahum. Chapter 3. Start 1. Because there ain't nothing but death coming to this God-forsaken place. Whether you want to believe that the so-called white man is your friend, the truth is going to come out. Whether you believe that America is that beautiful place, we're going to read out the truth. You white people, according to the scriptures, are the devil the Bible speaks of, and America is that sinful kingdom. And once y'all get put to death in America, in the kingdom of heaven, you will be in chains. You will be in captivity. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. The cup shall be passed on to you.
That's right.
Live it up, because it don't get no better than this.
Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city.
Yep.
It is all full of lies and robbery.
Destruction to that bloody city. Death to that bloody city. And it's all full of lies and robbery. Lies saying that Jesus Christ is the so-called white man. Lies saying that the so-called white man is your friend. Robbery because you so-called Negroes were stolen and put on this land. Lies saying that Christopher Columbus discovered America when he slaughtered the so-called Native Americans. Continue.
Right. The prey departeth not.
The so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American are the prey because they can't depart from this wicked captivity. And they can't depart from the so-called white man's rulership. They can't depart from these curses. So even if you leave America, you're still going to be looked at as a nigger, spit, and a savage. The prey can't depart from this rulership because the wicked are ruling. Woe to that bloody city.
Habakkuk 2:12.
Death to that bloody city. And America is that bloody city because it was built up through the blood, sweat, and tears of the so-called Latinos, Negroes, and Native Americans. America is that bloody city because they slaughtered over 70 million Native Americans. America is that bloody city because the so-called Negroes, over 99 million, were killed. Fuck the Holocaust with the fake Jews. The real Holocaust will happen to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.